As of April 13th, 2021, the contract between Nike and Kobe Bryant's estate has expired. And the fact that Nike actually let this contract expire tells me everything I need to know about what lies ahead. And I actually think that this is a bad deal for Nike, and I think it's bad for us, the consumers of Nike products and fans of Kobe Bryant and his legacy. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why. Now, prior to Kobe Bryant's death back in 2020, Nike never really gave the attention to his brand the way that they do to other athletes, like Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Kobe Bryant pretty much always took a back seat when it came to Nike, and he felt that way as well. There's been reports that he even was considering leaving Nike. Prior to his death, he was actually holding meetings and stuff like that with other designers because he wanted out of Nike. Now, as crazy as it sounded at the time that Kobe Bryant was actually considering leaving Nike, it actually looks like it was true. Over the last 16 months, his estate has filed for 13 different trademarks, everything from his name to his numbers to his signature, and they plan on using that for apparel and shoes and all kinds of other stuff. And since Kobe Bryant has passed, I've personally made some videos on my channel about the mistreatment of Kobe Bryant's legacy when it comes to Nike delivering on products to fans. Everything that they've come out with since his death has been stupid limited. You haven't been able to get the jerseys, you haven't been able to get the shoes, and they just have made like next to nothing when it comes to product. Now, the limited quantities of Kobe Bryant items not just irritated fans, but also got the attention of Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's wife. So I pulled up the ESPN article, and there is some direct quotes from her that I'm going to read to you. Now, one of the first things that Vanessa Bryant said to ESPN is that Kobe and Nike have made some of the most beautiful basketball shoes of all time, worn and adorned by fans and athletes in all sports across the globe. It seems fitting that more NBA players wear my husband's product than any other signature shoe. Now, according to a source, Bryant and the estate had grown frustrated with Nike limiting the availability of Kobe products during his retirement and after his January 2020 death in a helicopter crash. There was also frustrating with the lack of availability of Kobe footwear in kid sizes, according to sources. Now, it does seem that Nike did try to renew the contract with the Bryant estate, but they were unwilling to give the estate a lifetime contract the way that they did to Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And then Vanessa Bryant goes on to tell ESPN that my hope will always be to allow Kobe's fans to get and wear his products. I will continue to fight for that. Kobe's products sell out in seconds, and that says everything. Yeah, she's right, they do sell out in seconds, but Nike hasn't really made high quantities of anything to do with Kobe Bryant. So yes, they do sell out in seconds. My only problem with that and what she thinks here is that, I guess she thinks that if they make totally new shoes and they put his signature and his name on it, that it's going to have the same effect. And unfortunately, I don't believe that they will. The reason why that we love Michael Jordan, shoes, the retros, the 1 through the 14, is because he wore them. He won championships in them. You know what I mean? Those were his sneakers. Now, Kobe Bryant's not here to start a whole new brand. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of those Nike designs that we all love, like the Protro 6 and stuff like that, are owned by Nike. They may not own the Mamba name, they may not own his signature, they may not own any of those things, but the actual designs of the shoes, I'm pretty sure that they do. So you will never see those shoes re-released unless it's under the umbrella of Nike. So if the Bryant estate chooses to sign with another brand like Reebok or Adidas or Asics or something like that, all those shoes that we all know and love that came from Kobe Bryant and Nike are gone. We will never see those shoes again. And I don't know, guys, you let me know down below in the comments, if they come out with brand new Kobe's that you've never seen before, silhouettes that he never wore on the court or anything like that, are you still willing to buy them? I just think that sneakerheads and people that are really into Kobe Bryant's legacy, a big fan of Kobe Bryant, I don't think they're willing to accept a brand new sneaker that he actually had nothing to do with other than his name is stitched on it. And even if they sign back with Adidas like Kobe Bryant had back early on in his career, nobody's really interested in getting those sneakers. I mean, in my opinion, I think that a lot of them were ugly, and I don't think that they're going to have the same cachet the way that his Nike shoes did. But the problem that the Kobe Bryant estate has with Nike is that they never really gave him the respect that he deserved. We're talking about a top 5 player of all time. No matter where you put Kobe Bryant, he's in that top 5 discussion. Personally, I think he's 2. I think he's right behind Michael Jordan. So, you look at somebody like Michael Jordan who has the Jordan brand, has all those retros and stuff like that. Nike never really let Kobe shine, from a marketing and a product standpoint. You know what I mean? He took a back seat to even newer players that at the time never even won championships. And Kobe Bryant, especially playing in Los Angeles, was box office. You know what I mean? You went to those Laker games to watch Kobe Bryant play. You turned on the TV to watch Kobe Bryant play. He was a bona fide superstar. And the fact that Nike really didn't give his brand the attention that he deserved, speaks volumes. I just don't understand why. I think this is a bad business move for Nike to not have somebody like Kobe Bryant on their roster to control his legacy and the products and stuff like that. They're going to lose a lot of money over the years. Now, for us fans, people who love Kobe Bryant and the shoes and stuff like that, it's bad for us. These shoes are never going to come back out. Some people are holding out hope that the Bryant estate and Nike can come to some sort of agreement. I just don't think it's going to happen. The fact that this contract expired and the fact that Nike let it expire, when it comes to something like this, you know what I mean? You get into negotiations, a year in advance. And I know that he died last year, so maybe they didn't have a year, but they at least had enough time to where they could have made a better offer than they did. They weren't willing to give the Bryant estate a lifetime contract, and that wasn't something that the Bryant estate was willing to do. So anything short of that, you're never going to see Nike and Kobe Bryant products ever again. But no matter what the future holds when it comes to Kobe Bryant products, whether the estate just has a direct-to-consumer brand where, they just have their own company, or whether they sign with another brand like Reebok or Adidas, one thing is for sure, now that it looks like Nike is never going to be releasing any more Kobe Bryant items, everything out on the market has skyrocketed. When I went to bed last night, these were worth $200 less than they are today. And guys, they're probably going to continue to rise and go up. So if there's some Kobe shoes out there that you've had your eye on, you might want to act quickly, because the longer that you wait, the more they're going to be worth and the more you're going to have to pay. And if Nike actually doesn't get this contract back, you will never see these sneakers again. In my opinion, I think Nike really dropped the ball here. Like, how do you lose Kobe Bryant? I mean, yeah, he's not Jordan. He's never going to be the top of the top of the top in the sneaker game the way that Jordan is. But you know what I mean? He's on that level. Why couldn't he get a lifetime deal the way that LeBron James did or Michael Jordan did? You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about Kobe Bryant. I could actually make an argument that he's probably worth more now that he's passed on than he was alive. But you guys showed him no respect when he was alive or since he's passed on. And that's the reason why you're losing this contract. You're going to lose a lot of money not having Kobe Bryant on the roster. I just don't understand how you could let that go. But honestly, guys, if you have had your eye on a Kobe Nike item like a jersey or a pair of sneakers or something like that, and you just haven't been able to add it to your collection yet, I would cop it soon. Ever since the news of this contract expiring came out to the public, these resale prices have gone up and up and up, and will probably continue to do so. Personally, I don't think that the Kobe estate is ever going to re-sign with Nike. I think it's a wrap. So unfortunately, resellers will eat off of this situation. They will continue to profit off of the death of Kobe Bryant. Unfortunately, this is just the world that we live in. But comment down below. Let me know what you think about this situation. Is there a Kobe item that you haven't yet picked up that you want to get before you can't? Or, the prices are just too crazy. Before you guys bounce out, if you haven't already done so, hit that like button for your boy. And if you're new or you haven't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss any content on sneakers, gear, or sports related items. And until next video, peace.